The point is that if content from models becomes our source of truth, the way that we know things is that a language model once said them. And then they're forever captured in the circular flow of information. So instead of this model, where the training data is at least based on real-world experience, we're going to use the text generated by these models to train new models. And that tenuous link to the real world becomes completely divorced from it. Someone noticed that if you asked AI if you could melt an egg, its AI search summary said yes. And it turned out it was pulling that answer from Quora from a ChatGPT-generated answer. And because Quora is considered a respectable website, it ranked very highly as the first search result. And it's not hard to imagine how all kinds of hallucinated answers could become canonical facts on a web through this kind of ridiculous feedback loop. This phenomenon is especially worrying for the scientific community, and they have good reason to be. We're already seeing evidence that scientific researchers are using language models to help them write papers. One paper published last September included the phrase regenerate response in a paragraph, which used to appear at the end of responses in ChatGPT, suggesting they just kind of copied and pasted the entire page. Another one from last August, published in a policy journal, included the phrase as an AI language model. This doesn't mean the science in these papers is completely false, but without understanding how and why ChatGPT was used in their process, we're starting to fear the worst-case scenarios, that whole papers are being generated without rigorous cross-checking. These papers got past reviewers and copy editors and were published in real journals. And there's a real risk of people creating scientific paper mills, using generative models to write papers that claim to find things that haven't actually been tested in the real world, and findings that usually benefit very particular commercial or political interests, which takes the replication crisis to a whole new level.